Welcome everyone. Today we will discuss about aggregate operators. Now, apart from fetching the data, normal rows from our tables, we also many a times need to make certain analysis, maybe finding number of rows or otherwise calculating the sum of certain values. May help us in analyzing as well as finding statistics or otherwise summarizing the things. Now, when we talk about it, MySQL provides us very powerful constructs to calculate the sum or average or maximum, minimum, count, etc. Basically, these functions are applied on a set of values and results a single value. Now, say for example, I wanted to find the sum of salary or otherwise average salary of employees in a department. So, I apply it on a set of values in that particular column and return one single value. Okay. Now, when we look at this particular thing, we have got 5 different aggregate functions: count, sum, average, maximum and minimum. As the name itself says, counts gives you or returns you the number of rows. There are 2 ways again. We can use it as count star or count on a column. So, when I say count star, it includes null values also because it is basically supposed to calculate the number of rows, whereas when I say count on a particular value, it can give you only not null values. Null values are not included, and distinct, if I specify in that, it can give you unique values. If there are going to be duplicates, that is same value, it will not take. Okay. Now, let us try to see. Okay. Here anyway, sum is going to add up all the values, average is going to add and divide it by the number of entries, maximum is going to find the maximum value within a set of values, and minimum is going to give you the minimum value. Okay. Now, there is going to be 2 special clauses which are going to be used along with the summary or aggregate operators, that is called as group by and having. Group by function is going to gather or group similar data together before applying this function. Now, for example, I told you just now finding sum of salaries. Now, this sum of salaries I want to separately calculate for each department. Say department of IT, what is the salary, total salary paid, or otherwise department of CSC, the total salary paid. So, in such situation, I can group it by a specific column value, and all the rows with similar value in that column will be treated as one group, and the summation or aggregation function will be applied on that. So, that is group by. Now, when we are grouping also, I may have certain conditions. In such situation, the where condition will not work. Then how do I take the things ahead? When I want the condition to be applied on the group of values, I will use the having clause. This is what is the thing. The having clause was added in SQL to check the conditions with our aggregate functions. How is the syntax? It's going to be select column name from the table name. This column name will include the aggregate functions. The where condition is as usual normal, and then I have group by column. Having condition, the condition which I have to apply on a group by clause can be now put using your having clause. Now, let us consider this EMP table for our examples. It's one of the oldest tables used for illustrations in SQL. So, this EMP table contains employee number, name, then the job is the designation. An employee may work as a manager. This is self-recursive, that is unary relationship. Employee manages employees. Okay. Then the hire date, the joining date, salary, then the commission earned and the department number. Let us apply our functions on these table and try to check it out. First, I said we have count. Count is basically used to count the number of rows in a database table. Now, there are 2 variations to count. One is count star, the other one is count on a particular column. Now, when I say count star from table name where condition, okay, here I may put it as count star from table name where department number equal to 10. Examples, okay, but remember the difference. Count star will include null values, whereas count on a particular column will not include null values, or null values will get ignored. Let me just quickly run through certain examples. Here I am just saying count star from EMP, all the rows, all the records will be counted. So you are getting 14. Now I am saying select count on commission from EMP. If you see your table, the commission column has values in only 4 particular rows. Remember, null and 0 are different. So you see that in 4 rows there are values. That is why when I said count on commission, I got the output as 4. Look at this job. When I say job from EMP, in all the 14 rows there is entry. That is why it gave 14. Whereas if I say distinct job from EMP, you will see it as only 5, because the 5 unique jobs are clerk, salesman, manager, analyst and president. These are the unique job, distinct jobs. Okay. So coming to this group by option. When I want to know number of employees in a particular department, department wise number of employees, look at this. Count e-name, number of employees, and also I give department number here because I am grouping by department number. So in each category, how many employees are there? So group by department number. I got it as 3, 5 and 6 in the respective departments. Similarly with the having clause, I want to say display the numbers of the departments where number of employees are more than 3. In such case, I am just including a having clause here, having count of e-name greater than 3. That is going to ensure that only those department names will be displayed where the number of employees are more than 3. So this is all about count. Let's go for sum. As the name itself says, it is going to give you the summation of values in a specific column. So it's going to be select sum, returns you the total sum of the numeric values. Select sum from a particular column, table name, condition, these syntaxes are all going to be the same. Let's see the examples. Select sum of salary from EMP, all the salary columns. Only the sum of salaries paid to analyst, I am putting a where condition, where job equal to analyst. Only the salaries paid to the department, employees of department number 10, okay. Or I may put it as sum of salary from EMP grouped by job. For all the analysts, what is the salary paid? All the salesmen, what is the salary paid? For managers, for president, like this. Designation, group wise, job wise, the salaries are grouped. Whereas here, we are saying salary should be more than 1 lakh. It is sum of salary grouped by department number, having total salary paid is more than 1 lakh. So in such situation, I am getting this kind of output. So having clause will allow you to restrict the result and the output that you are going to get. Similarly, we have average. It returns the average value of the numeric column, whatever you are going to select. Okay, these are mathematical function. That is why remember, please apply it on numerical values. Now similar syntax again, I will use this particular aggregate function either on all the values or on selected things or otherwise group of values based on the condition that you are giving. So let us see some of the examples. Select average of salary from EMP. The average salary paid to employees in that particular organization. All the employees' salary will be totaled and divided by the number of employees. This is average salary of only analyst. You know, you have seen in the previous case that analyst, okay, I think it's here, analysts are getting 93,000 there, and you see that all the jobs, okay, this is average. Okay, output is wrongly pasted maybe. Okay, we will just see. Select. You can just check it. It is, if all the analysts are being paid 93,000 and it is only 2 analysts are there, it is going to be somewhere around 47,500. Okay, average is going to be like that. Now here select department number and average, group by department number, average salary greater than 15,000. I want to display the average salary of those departments in which average salary paid to employee is more than 15,000, okay, in those departments. Coming to minimum and maximum, in the set of values, it's going to segregate or find the minimum value and the maximum value. So the syntax is going to be select minimum of the column or select maximum of the column. Let's quickly look into some of the examples. Select minimum of salary from EMP is going to give you 8,800, and maximum of salary of analyst is going to give you 63,000. Okay, and department number and maximum salary and minimum salary grouped by departments. So in each department, department 10, the maximum salary is 75,000 and minimum is 2,450. In department 20, it is 63,000 and minimum is 800, and department number 30, it is 45,500 and 1,250. So this is going to be the values based on, if you want, you can even include the average, sum of salaries and all these things also, count of employees, everything can be included in the single statement also. But here we have a condition on grouped by department number. And remember one thing, when I am having here group by department number, apart from the aggregate function, only that group value can come here. I cannot display employee name or employee number because they are individual rows, whereas I am applying this function on a group of values, and that group is based on the category of department number. So all similar department number values, that means all department 10, this function has been applied. So department number can be displayed. If at all I have E number and max of sal and minimum of sal, it's not possible. If you wanted to know who is the person who is earning maximum salary or minimum salary, there is a concept called as subqueries, which we will be learning in our next assignment. Remember, all these functions related to aggregate operators are going to be the part of your lab exercise, and I am going to shortly share the Tessilator link with you for working on these exercises. Thank you so much.